Hello everyone, this is AirFL with a one-off. I'm playing Citified, which came up in one game jam or another. It's basically a real-time strategy game similar to a Command and Conquer or a Warcraft or Starcraft kind of thing. Our quick help here, we have a grid, we have buildings we can build, we have units you can build. It's pretty basic, but this is pretty much how this sort of game goes, although this is a much simpler version than what you'll typically see. You build generators to get income. Every 4 generators, you need to also build a power station to build more. You have a population here, which you can increase by building houses. You can build defensive towers. You can build mines to blow up trespassers. You can build a factory that lets you build attack forces. Obviously, if you want to launch an attack, you want factories. You get a fairly simple grid-based terrain here. There's a river, there's some bridges across it, and there's an enemy base. You don't control your units directly, you have an attack button that sends them to go attack, and a defend button that tells them to defend the base. And this is pretty much how the game goes. You build up your forces, you go attack, you try to withstand enemy attacks. There's not all that much to it. Like I said, this is from a game jam, so it was made in something like 24 or 48 hours. So you're not going to expect too much fancy stuff going on. Let's just launch some little attacks, see what we can take out before being driven off or defeated. Also, I believe there is no limit to how far away you can build things. Anyway, you have your triangle drones, which are your cheap, weak fighters. You get diamonds, which are stronger, more expensive. And there's spheres, which are more armored, more slow-moving, but can also bomb stuff. I took out a house. Now they're being shot at by a defensive tower. Now I have money to build a defense tower of my own. So I'll put that near the river crossing. You can see my forces are being shot up here. Yeah, defense towers have a pretty good rate of fire and damage, and they can take a fair amount of punishment. So before attacking, you want to build up a reasonable sized force. Put some more spheres. I think I'm going to wait for some money to accumulate so I can build a power station, which will let me build more generators, which means more income faster, which means being able to build more stuff. Use the attack button to get them closer to the crossing in case someone tries to come across. That's interesting. Pathfinding can be a little weird at times. This was, after all, made in very small amount of time, so it's not terribly refined. Obviously, there are no fancy graphics, the music's pretty basic. But it's the kind of thing that can be neat if given a little more polish. There we go. Again, your only control that you have over your forces are attack and defend. Attack, they'll go towards the enemy base. Defend, they'll come back towards your base, or the core of it. Just kind of hanging out around here. A little more until I can build a power station. And once I get back to 100 coins, I can build more generators. Here comes some enemy forces. They'll be met by my tower pretty quickly. But they have a fairly sizable force here, so that tower is not going to be able to last much longer, I think. Notice you can't see what much health anything has. Typically, in a real-time strategy game, that would be something that you would see. The tower is lasting longer than I expected. They are pretty durable. They have just my bombers versus their bombers at this point. Okay. That attack has been successfully repelled. To build up a little more force and then go on the offensive. And of course you want more generators to make more money. Now typically in an actual real-time strategy game you'd be collecting some kind of harvestables. You have the Vespine gas and minerals in Starcraft. You have the Tiberium Ore and Command and Conquer series. You have Wood, Food, Gold, Stone in Age of Empires. But here, you just build generators and they make money. Build a few more units and then go make a preliminary strike. Hopefully I can take out their defense tower, because that is the most dangerous thing there at the moment. And then the big square building is basically their construction yard. You take that out, they can't build any more buildings, and you basically win. I'm not sure if you need to defeat everything to formally win the game. But yes, taking out their construction yard will keep them from building any more buildings. Taking out their factory will keep them from building any more units. So if you can do both, you've essentially won, even if you do need to destroy everything to formalize it. Keep building more units to replace the ones being lost. Now, these towers are awfully sturdy. More so than I expected. On the other hand, that does mean if I get attacked, then they'll have to come through these to deal with, to get to my base, or come over here to this other bridge. So just in case, I'll put a tower over here. What I should be doing at this point is saving up to build another power station to build more generators to have more income. Yeah, that's what I thought. You can only have one factory at a time. It would be more advantageous to have the factory closer to the front lines, so that the units will get there more quickly, be able to reinforce whatever I have attacking already. But I didn't think that far ahead. Although, as I mentioned, I do think you have no build limit on how far away you can put things. So, in theory, can I just build a tower back here? Yeah. Normally, in a professional real-time strategy game, you will have some mechanic that keeps you from doing this. Command and Conquer, you need to build things within a certain range of your existing buildings. Age of Empires, Warcraft, that sort of thing. You have units that need to go out and do the building. So you can't just put things down wherever. You need to actually be close enough, or at least put something in danger to be able to do that sort of thing. But not here. They apparently didn't think that far ahead. Like I said, game jam, fairly rushed. Okay, that's as many generators as I can build for now. Start building some forces. Up here they come to attack again. But I should be ready for them. Put one on that side of the river. There, I lost one. But the money is coming in pretty quickly now, so it's not that difficult to replace. Okay, I'm at the point where I'm just about at the population limit, or the build limit for now, so I need another house, which will let me build more units. And that's most of their forces, so let those finish building, and then I can go on the offensive. Yes, stick another tower over here to distract them. It is kind of weird that the game lets you do that. It is a game jam that was kind of rushed into being playable, but you'd think they'd notice something like that. See, the factory is back there. Pull those off that way. Yeah, and there seems to be no build limit on houses, or structures rather. So yeah, their forces are distracted with my offensive towers, really. So that my forces can come after their stuff unhindered. Again, since you can't give them commands directly, they'll basically go over they'll go after whatever's closest to them. I guess at this point I have enough income I can pretty much keep building more or less continuously. So I'll put some towers out here to attack their production. They're busy trying to replace their houses, which is not terribly sensible. There's no need to increase your housing limit when you don't have any forces already. You only ever need to increase your housing amount when you're near the limit. Yeah, I'm basically have them surrounded in defense towers now, which are functioning more as offensive towers. Build a few more units. Yeah, buildings are rather sturdy, so it takes a while to take them out, even with all this fire coming after them. But yeah, at this point it's just a matter of waiting until they get through this and take out the central construction facility. And then we'll see if the game ends right then, or if I need to destroy everything else for it to count. Let's put up a power station so I can increase my income still further. 3. And a 4th generator. So you are limited to 4 generators per power station. If I put up enough towers that may block them from building anything because there's just no room. But yeah, they are getting sidetracked by all these buildings and not getting to the core of the base. Got some nice pew-pewing noises going on, though. Yeah, in mines, it's just you put them there, something runs into them, it blows up. I'll just put a bunch of those around their factory. Again, it's kind of silly that you can build these anywhere you want. Build a little wall of mines. Oop, there goes their... I think that was a generator? Power station. Yeah. Let's increase my income some more. Ah, here we go. Now you do need to finish everything off. Yeah, there go the mines. Yes, and buildings can be shot at while they're being built. They need to be fully in place before they will work, though. Yeah, this should be game. And there we go, victory. Again, it's a game jam, nothing fancy here. But you do get statistics at the end here. Destroyed 111 buildings, destroyed 169 units. Money spent 87,000 something. 4 games won, 0 games lost, so possibly that's cumulative then. In any case, this has been AirFL. I'm playing around with a little game jam game called Citified.